3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to do Mage now for Ungoro. Mage, the #1 class in the arena, and another very what do you call it? Elemental-y class in this expansion.
Well, wait. When you say #1 class in the arena, what do you mean?
Like, I mean the most played class in the arena.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I just want to get that out there because people are like, no, Rogue is like the best.
Yeah.
Like,
I just mean the most played, like the most seen, most frequently seen
right.
class in the
You
arena.
can also say it's the most iconic,
Yes.
right? Mage is definitely the most iconic. So you gotta make sure, like, you gotta be careful with your words, man. Like, choose your words carefully. Words.
And I'm going to start this right off the bat on a high note, which is, you know how I said Shaman sucked a lot, like, repeatedly, in terms of the class cards that are coming in? Well, Mages have the best class cards in Ungoro by our valuation system, on average.
On average.
Taking into account offering odds.
Right.
So Mage is making off pretty well with Ungoro.
I think what they did is very interesting in that, as you'll see, even though it has the highest average, the impact of these cards is not as great. It's not like sort of swingingly big, right?
Really?
Did
you forget the most iconic Mage card in the entire game?
What?
I mean, it used to be like, I don't know, Fireball or Flame Strike or whatever, but it's totally Meteor now.
Oh, God. All right, well,
it's so Meteor now.
You do have Meteor, and Meteor is quite good. But I'm just saying, a class is still defined by its common and rare cards, right? And as you see...
Epics are only half the offering rate. You're going to get plenty of Meteors, man.
True.
It's also a spell. You know what? I'll tell you exactly how many Meteors you're going to be offered. You're going to be offered 0.7 Meteors per run.
Wow. That's a lot of Meteors.
And
you're definitely taking them.
Yeah.
You're definitely taking the Meteors.
Yeah. You're going to get Meteors.
Meteors are pretty good. Also, positioning matters now, more so than just Cone of Cold. You are taking you're basically subjecting something to 15 damage.
My win rate diving.
Plummeting. Too much positioning. Too much positioning, man. Anyways, should we get started?
First card.
We're first talking about the commons and rares that Ungoro has to offer for Mage. First card coming in at a 140. That's quite high. Very, very high. Steam Surger, which is a 4-mana 5/4 elemental with Battlecry. If you played an elemental last turn, add a Flame Geyser to your hand. So I think we should transition also into the other card that's coming in at a 136, which is Flame Geyser, a 2-mana mage spell that deals 2 damage, kills a snail, deals 2 damage and adds a 1/2 elemental to your hand. So with this, you're almost able to like chain elementals and
it's all about the chaining.
Right. So as you can see, the value is definitely there. Like, it is very valuable, and you basically get, like, with Flame Geyser, it gives you an elemental proc, and Steam Surger, it receives the proc, and you can also do this. Now, I'm not saying, you're just going to draft these two over and over and, do the same thing, but we do believe that you will be able to get a lot of elemental value because of the offering bonus. So that's why you see Shamans and Mages, elementals are quite high for them.
Yup. That's why there's Steam Surgers.
That's your contribution. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah. So
we can talk about the next card, which is your
next
favorite
card, which is another really good card. It's Arcanologist.
Oh my God.
Arcanologist. Arcanologist.
Oh man, that was bad.
There's 5 syllables, man. That's way too many syllables. There's no way you needed that many syllables to convey this person's profession.
Oh.
Why can't they just call her, like, Arcano Girl? Or, like, Arc Girl? Or, like, Arc Person, to be politically correct.
Just go on. Just go.
It's a 2-mana 2/3. It has a battle cry. Draw a secret from your deck. Now, you're probably going to have a secret in your deck somewhere, just because you're going to be forced to draft one. And if you don't, that's okay too. It's still a 2-mana 2/3. But if you do, as long as it's anywhere in your deck, you just get a free card. So it's pretty insane.
Right. So this is one of those cards. Obviously, if you are at the end of the draft and you have like 7 picks left, and you're looking at Arcanologist, it's like, oh, is it better than these other cards like near it? No, it is not.
No.
At that point, no.
Nah, not even close.
Do not, if you don't have a secret at that point, like, do not pick it where this is at. Remember, the score is an average. So when you draw a secret from your deck, remember, your deck is not in consideration here. Your deck, you never have access to your deck. So by drawing a card, you are purely drawing an extra card that you never had. Now, is a secret great? It's still good. It's still a card. It still does stuff, right? And you don't give up any stats. So when it procs and when it triggers, it is an absolutely insane card. Yep. Next card, we have
Shimmering Tempest.
Shimmering Tempest, which is the same score, a 130. Shimmering Tempest is a 2-mana 2/1 elemental. Once again, another synergy or trigger. Death Rattle, add a random mage spell to your hand. Pretty good. It is kind of a slightly overcosted Babbling Book, right? You can look at it in that way. And I know this is the part where everyone's like, Potion of Madness. Because anything that does anything good, that's 2 attack or lower, gets Potion of Madness, I understand. But it also gives you the elemental proc or trigger, right?
Yeah. Remember, these cards are so good. This is like Argent Commander level, right? Like,
yeah.
we're like Iron, better than Dark Iron Dwarf. These are like what we think are insane cards.
Yep.
And the Flame Geyser and Steam Surger are cards that we have put above Bog Reaper. Like, that's how good we think these cards are.
Yep. So, this is one of those cards that it's basically just like a better loot quarter, right? Like a significantly better loot quarter. Yep. It's quite good. Now, you want to talk about the last 2 cards in the common and rare slots that have the exact same tier score.
Last 2 cards, common and rare slot, have the exact same tier score. They're both 83, so you're never going to take them, so we don't have to talk about them. One's a mana bind. It's a secret. When your opponent casts a spell, make a copy in your hand. It costs 0 mana. It's fine. You get a card. It's 3 mana, draw a card. It's just like 3 mana, draw a card, have it be free.
Right.
But like, your opponent's not going to cast a sprint into this. So you're not going to get all that much value. And they may not cast a spell for a while, so you're not even going to get the card for a while. Its value mostly lies in making your opponent think it's a mirror entity. that's really what most of its value. And then getting a card back at some point, right? Like, so it like doesn't use up a card, and you like fake your opponent out for a little bit, but it costs a lot of mana. And that's really the issue here. And Molten Reflection, which is cool. Choose a friendly minion, summon a copy of it. That's kind of nice, but in the same way why like Faceless Shambler wasn't as amazing as we had hoped it was, it's just hard to like summon a copy of a friendly minion,
Right.
Like that have actually big stats, because you get a lot of chip damage that goes into your minions, even if it does survive.
Right, and this is sort of one of those cards in which, just like Faceless Shambler, you might think of very favorably in those win more games, right? Where you have a big thing, they didn't do anything to it, and then you can play like a 4 mana taunted 7/7. You're like, oh, this is a good card, and yeah, it is in that circumstance. But if you go a turn without them not being able to do anything to your big drop, you're in a pretty good spot.
Kind of won the game already.
Yeah. So this is definitely not great. And
but who knows, right? There are snails now, so maybe you can copy bigger things than you used to be able to.
Maybe, or maybe you copy a snail.
Sadly, that'd be a pretty good use of this card.
Sadly, I'm like, all right, maybe I just want a snail, man.
Double snail?
Yeah. So the problem, as you guys see with Mana Bind, is that even like compared to Counterspell, this is much worse, right? Because if your opponent is casting a spell, most of the time you don't want them to get the effect and then you have it, because they are going to choose a time in which it is good. Like if the Mage Flame Strikes you and then you get a Flame Strike, your Flame Strike is worth a lot less sort of than their Flame Strike, because they've managed to clear your board, even though it costs 0, right? And that's great. But they have the information now, and you didn't stop their effect. Like they just wiped your board when they wanted to wipe your board. All right.
Okay, so people in Twitch chat are asking if Molten Reflection summons a full health copy. That would change the evaluation of the card. We're assuming it just copies the card, but it is a weird wording. It says summon a copy of it, rather than copy it. So
that's fair.
We could change it if it is that. I don't know either way, but it definitely will raise in score if it is copy it instead of summoning. Like I just don't know what it is, right? And chat's not even confirming or denying it; they're just suggesting it. So we really don't know. Our assumption is that it just copies something. So if it was a 6/6 and now it's a 6/3, it's going to be a copy of 6/3.
Right. Anyways, on to the epic cards. Do you want to talk about this? I feel as if you're excited about this.
It's kind of an amazing card that is really well designed and almost balanced. Like, it's not quite balanced, but it's almost balanced.
Almost.
So it's Meteor, it's 6 mana, it deals 15 damage to a minion. Make sure it's like dead and not just like normal dead. And then 3 damage to adjacent ones, which is really the good part, right?
It's coming in at a 194 on the tier list.
Which is better than everything else Mage has. And it's better than almost all the cards that exist in the game right now, right? Like Fiery War Axe is better than that. I think this is even beating out like Deathwing, because you don't have to discard cards. Yeah, it's beating out Deathwing, but barely. And so it's that good of a card, right? Especially now that the 15 damage is not like total vanity.
It actually matters. I can't believe it, but it actually matters. Yeah.
And now, like sometimes you just get like Yaceras and stuff like that you need to kill. You know, like if it's not 15 damage, it's not a hard removal. You know, remember when fireballs used to be hard removals? Can you imagine? Like fireballs are not hard removals anymore. No. Meteors are hard removals.
Yeah, it's like 6 damage. It's like, dude, I need 15 to guarantee the kill, man.
Yep. And the 3 damage to the things on its side, that really matters. That's why Explosive Shot is so good. Like, you finish off something else. That's so clutch. And it's still only 6 mana. You know what hard removal is? It's 5 mana. So for an extra mana, you get to kill an extra thing. That's insane value.
Yep. All right. So, Meteor is a great card. Definitely draft it. The next epic card, I don't know how they could print a card like this.
Right.
Anyways, very, very good. Obviously, you know, even in Arena, it is very good. I can see how this would just be an absolute insane card and constructed. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, Primordial Glyph coming in at 140 on the tier list. It is a 2-mana spell that says discover a spell. Reduce its cost by 2. So you just get to discover a spell
for 0 mana.
0 mana, essentially.
Unless you want a 1-mana spell.
Right. Unless you want a 1-mana spell, or if like because you have to spend 2 of the mana on this turn, right? Which could make it so that you're not able to play it, but like on the next turn you're not. Like it could make it a little bit awkward. But basically, this is just discover a spell for free. Mage has a lot of good spells. Part of the reason why it's not higher is just because you still don't know which spell you're going to get. Being able to choose is good. At the same time, Mage does have a lot of very weird or awkward spells.
Like that secret.
Yeah, like that secret.
But it also has this spell now. And it's a pretty good spell.
Yep.
Because, oh god, I'm going to be so happy when I play Meteor. So anyway, those are the cards, and we're going to get to Legendary. And again, right, we said Legendaries before. Legendaries are going to be offered at double the rate of Yetis. So they're in the arena now. I mean, class Legendaries. They're really, really, really in the arena right now.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. All right, right, you're talking about this. I'm going to put my head down. Be right back.
This is the best card ever released in the game. I don't know if another card will beat it, but for now, we have Pyros. Pyros is a 2-mana 2/2. It has no initiative. Its death rattle is return this to your hand as a 6/6 that costs 6. It's very unassuming. But the 6/6 that costs 6 has its own death rattle, which is put a 10 mana 10/10 in your hand. So this is the ultimate of small drop big value. You get to play it on 2, you get to throw it out if you have 2 extra mana. It doesn't matter. Like, it deals 2 damage to something, it eats something, it doesn't matter. You're getting a 6/6 back. You put a 6/6 out, it can kill something, it can not kill something, it can get removed, it doesn't matter. As long as it's not transformed or, like, you know, stolen by a priest, it's going to give you a 10-10 back. This is the ultimate card advantage. Now, it's a 160. It's a 160 right now, or 161. But it's going to be lower than that. There's some, like, a lot of these things are fuzzed a bit right now because there's certain adjustments that haven't been made. And this will go down because of those adjustments. But it's going to stay around here. It's not going to, like, go down by 50 points or anything. Like I said, right? If this is not the best card ever, Kalimos is. Like, one of these is going to be the best card that's ever been printed. And it's by such a large margin, right? You see Deathwing below it? You know how good Deathwing is? Deathwing's amazing. It's a 182. Pyros is that much better.
My God. Okay, so in all seriousness, this is something in which maybe I'm just sipping my haterade, right? And I sip a lot of haterade when it comes to Hearthstone cards.
This is a pattern. Like, I'm always the one that's trying to make cards rated higher, and Murphs is like, this card sucks.
Yeah, I do that. I mean, okay. If you really do think about it, yes, it is really good, right? Because like we said, if you combine a lot of mediocre effects together, like in a lot of other, you could say, industries or a lot of other things in life that would not be so good, in Hearthstone and in Arena, it is quite good. Like, you can't combine, like, a cold hot dog with warm soda and have it be good, right? But here, you can combine 3, like, not so great cards and actually come out with a good card because of how the game works and how it scales according to, like, it grows with you, like, as the game goes on.
Aww, it interacts with your heart.
Sure, it's interacting with my frustration right now. But yeah, like, it definitely makes sense. I don't know if I'm 100% behind this. This could also be like Elemental Destruction 2.0 or
no, it's probably more like Forbidden Ancient if it were anything. If it were 2.0 anything, it's probably Forbidden Ancient, if I'm wrong about this. But like, the way I want you to think about it, if you're watching this and you're like, that's crazy, there's no way this is the best game ever, this is the best card ever. Think about it in terms of having a free sprint. What does sprint do? It gets you like 4 cards, right? And it uses up a card. Well, this gets you kind of like 4 cards worth of card advantage, right?
Yeah.
And for sprint, you lose 7 mana, period. It's just gone, right? You still have to pay the mana cost for your cards. For this, you lose like half a mana on each time you play it. So you lose a total of like 1.5 mana. And you don't have to spend 7 mana on one turn to do nothing, right? Which is the bad part about sprint. If you can break sprint up into several turns, it's a lot better. And that's exactly what this does. It takes a 7 mana penalty, changes it to a 1.5 mana penalty, and then it lets you break it up into 3 turns, while giving you a playable 2-drop. It's not a good 2-drop, but it's playable. It's better than pinging your opponent to the face. Like, and it's the best top deck ever. Like, it's just, it's, you'll see. You'll be offered Pyros enough. You'll be offered Pyros once every 5 Mage runs you do. You'll pick it.
Guys, pick it and let us know.
Yeah.
Okay? Let us know. I will pick this card. Because, no, and honestly, we're not arguing whether or not it's, like, a good card or not. Like, if you don't think this is good...
Oh, it's definitely good. Right. The question is whether it's the best card ever by, like, 50 points. That's the question. That's the only question that we're arguing here. We all know it's like one of the best cards ever, obviously. The question is whether it is by far the best card ever.
Right. Anyways, that's Mage.
That's Mage. So what about Mage? How do you play Mage in Ungoro? There's a lot of taunts going on. Big things are a thing now. How do you think Mage will do?
I think Mage will do fine. Mage does one of... Okay, so Mage still has spells. And what they do now is they can chain elementals, right? They can chain elementals. They are going to play in a similar fashion as shamans, in which you're going to draft all the elementals. And because you have good, actually really good class elementals, you're going to keep on doing that. You're going to try to get as many flame geysers as possible. And yeah, draft meteors. Just spell out, man.
Yeah. That's what you're going to do. And it's gonna be so good. There's just nothing. The thing is, we're not gonna hear so much analysis about classes and how to beat them, or like, you know, how how to actually play as them, because it's pretty normal. Like, we're in a very normal meta once Ungoro comes out. Like, it seems like, oh, there's gonna be giant things, there's gonna be poisonous snails that's 2 mana that kill stuff. But none of this is really stuff we haven't seen before. Like, elementals, what, they're like a cross between a normal synergy and a dragon synergy. What's the big deal, right? Adapt, literally it's Discover, but like more limited in scope. There's like nothing weird going on in Ungoro. It is Old Gods. It is a very normal set to start off the year, and that's what Blizzard's going to do, and I love it. This is where skill comes in, and after 7.1, we are in desperate need of some skill. And this set solves a lot of 7.1's problems in terms of letting the draft be more flexible while introducing like very few RNG cards and a lot of skill-based cards, including a lot of taunts. So the thing with Mage is that taunts are good for Mage. Right? Like, Mage plays a lot more control, like we were saying, right? A lot more people play control with Mage. You could go aggressive, and you do have, like, an extra 2-drop and a 1-drop, right, to go aggressive here. But you could also play control, and if you play control, you have a lot of taunts to hide behind. You have healing to go behind. You have a removal that is, what do you call it? A class spell in Flame Geyser. You have another card, the Steam Surger, that gives you the removal. So you actually have like 2 removal class cards that are very highly rated. So this is why you want to chain those elementals, because you're a mage, you want your removals. And your removals give you like 1-2 elementals that are really freaking annoying. Like,
yeah.
It all kind of works.
It does.
And that's it for Mage. We'll come back next with Priest.
All right.